Testing, testing. Testing this cattail. I am near I'm near Corpus Christi right now. Came down here for business, and as I was driving, saw this pier shooting off into the bay and thought that this would be a great place to record some thoughts that I was having on the drive down. And I want to set the stage here. You're a leader in an organization. You've got a great team. You have a high-performing employee. And when I say high-performing, I'm talking top tier. The pinnacle of the top tier in terms of their capacity to execute, their ability to comprehend everything that you throw at them and execute time and time and time again. You teach them something new, bam, they pick it up, start executing. Okay, cool. Let's teach them something else. Bam, start executing. This is a good problem to have. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of a curveball at you now though. What if that employee is a bit neurotic? No, they are neurotic AF. Now what do? The first thing I want you to do is ask yourself, am I equipped as a leader to actually lead this individual? Am I equipped as a leader to help them become successful? That requires you to look inward and to analyze yourself and your own capabilities. If you are, great. Let's move on to the next question. Is this organization ready for an employee of this caliber? That can be a more challenging question to answer. And when I say, is the organization ready for an employee of this caliber, I want you to think about a few things. If you have a team, they're able to execute at a certain level. Let's just say they cruise 60, 70 miles an hour. You've got the majority of your team, or at least the high performers on your team, that are able to cruise at 60 to 70. And then you have this top performer that comfortably sets the cruise at 200 miles an hour. So you've got the entirety of your team here, and then there's one individual way up here. What do? What if that individual performs at a level where the rest of the organization struggles to comprehend what they're even talking about? You now find yourself in a situation where you have to either force that person to slow down, which inevitably creates a tremendous amount of frustration on their part. And let's be honest, why wouldn't it? They're cruising along at 200, getting things done, and you come along and tell them to pump the brakes. Why can't everybody else keep up? Why do I have to slow down? That's what's going through their head. Not an easy conversation to have. So it's quite possible that this high performer is just in the wrong business. They're at the wrong company, at the wrong team. Very frustrating for all parties involved. So what do you do in this situation? Well, there's a few steps. The first thing that I think you need to focus on is make sure that they are in a role that works for them. Make sure that they are in a role that does not require them to slow down, to operate with the rest of the organization. That's going to be key. You may or may not be able to provide this opportunity and put them in this type of a role. But if you can, that's going to help ensure that they are successful and that the organization is successful. Now, the next thing you got to focus on is this neurotic trait that I talked about earlier. Now, this is whenever I mentioned earlier how you have to ask yourself if you are equipped as a leader to lead and successfully manage an employee that is high in trait neuroticism. It takes a certain level of emotional intelligence to be able to navigate those waters. It's not fun, it's not easy, and it will push you as a leader. You have to step up. You have to learn how to lead them, how to keep those neurotic tendencies at bay. Having them focus on something that they are passionate about, that's usually a good step in the right direction. Making sure that they are in a role where they can achieve great things without having to slow down for the rest of the organization. Those are the two big things that I want you to focus on. And as you're having conversations with this employee, as you are mentoring them, take the time to explain the dynamic that you are seeing. Take the time to explain why they are struggling the way they are, and that these challenges that they are encountering, they can be a good thing. Because once they understand what's going on, chances are they're going to make a concerted effort on being better. Because they're probably going to like the challenge. They're going to want to be part of this team, even though they operate at this high level and are faster than everybody else on the team. They're going to want to be a part of the team. To be able to have those conversations, there's got to be trust. They have to trust and know that you have their best interests at heart, that you're looking out for them, that you've got their back. And when they go too fast and blow out a tire or piss somebody off, that you're going to come in and have their back, and you're going to support them, and you're going to talk them through whatever challenge that they're encountering. At the end of the day, you may or may not be able to make it work. But trust me whenever I say that if you can, you're going to be able to accomplish some incredible things with that team. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that is all I've got for today. I think I'm going to get back on the road, make my way across the bay to Corpus, and get checked in, start getting some work done. That's it. Y'all have a good one.